Hey everyone. Hey everyone. It's another Saturday with Shalena. It's going to be an amazing day, I can already tell. I would like to welcome you all to Sweet Saturday with Shalena. Before we get started, I need to inform you that we are Plexus ambassadors and that this is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. And any testimonials are our personal experience and none of it reflects upon Plexus Worldwide, and not all results are the same. So this Saturday, I heard this amazing testimony. I was doing a Google Hangout with Hillary and uh, Kylie, and they said, "Hey, Kathleen," and it'll kind of give you an idea of what we're gonna do. And so I had never heard of
Cat.
Kathleen.
It's
Huh?
Catherine.
Oh,
Catherine.
Kathleen. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're
Catherine.
fine.
And so I went and watched her video, and it was like totally inspiring and touching. And so when I decided to have my own show, I knew I had to invite her to, let all my viewers and people hear her story too. So without further ado, here is Catherine, and she's going to give you her journey.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love it when people ask me to give my testimony. I swear every time I do, it's like giving it for the first time because I know that our stories, like yours and mine, are going to change someone's life. So thank you so much for having me on today. For those of you who don't know, my name is Catherine Horn Aguirre. I'm a silver ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I know everyone says these products changed their lives. These products gave me my life back. Um, just to give you an idea, about my past, I was always the sick kid. I always struggled with health issues my entire life. As early as 3 years old, battling asthma, severe asthma. 12 years old, was diagnosed with lupus and other autoimmune diseases. And the list goes on and on. I mean, I could, if we went through the entire list, we'd be here all night. But lupus, fibromyalgia, inflammation, rheumatoid arthritis, female reproductive issues, um, really rough. Basically, when I moved out here to Texas in 2009, my health took a extremely big decline. Not only was I already overweight, but my health issues just got so much more severe to the point where I gained almost an additional 130 pounds in a year. And at my highest weight, I was 436 pounds. I couldn't go anywhere without a wheelchair or using a cane. I always had to use the buggies that they provided in the store. And that's if I even left my house. I would not leave my house for weeks at a time. And part of that had to do with my health issues, but part of that also had to do with severe depression and anxiety. Um, Not only had I been dealing with anxiety and depression prior to my health issues at a young age, having those health issues and being, confined into a house because you can't do anything just made it so much worse. Um, Last year in 2014, I was battling female reproductive issues, the worst I had ever. I've never had a normal cycle, and it's going to get a little TMI here, but I believe in honesty is key. Um, I would bleed for months at a time. We're talking over 3 months or more. I had to have a number of emergency hospitalizations and DNCs. um, I would pass blood clots the size of baseballs. It was absolutely insane. I was on bed rest. I added it up a couple months ago. I added it up. Last year alone, I was on bed rest more than half the year. I could not get out of bed even to eat. If I had to go to the bathroom, I was almost in tears from walking just from my bed to the bathroom, and it's not that far. It's literally right there. My husband, I love him so much. I swear, this has really tested our marriage. It's made it so much more stronger. He has literally done everything for me, everything. And so whenever I heard about Plexus, and it was so interesting how I heard about it because my friend Kathy, who I hadn't talked to in over 7 years, reached out to me through Facebook, and then we talked to each other on the phone, and I could hear the seriousness behind her words. She genuinely cared. She was not trying to sell me on a product. She knew that these products were going to help me. And I was the biggest skeptic. Um, I mean, I nothing had worked for me in the past, and nothing the doctors would do for me would work. Going to your doctor and then literally telling you, Catherine, I'm sorry, but there's nothing more we can do to help you. I mean, what do you do with that? You know? So I read up on Plexus. I took the information to my doctors, and they all approved. And I remember, and I tell everyone this, I remember telling my husband, don't worry, we'll get our money back in 60 days. It's no big deal. That never happened. Within the first 7 days, I was up doing dishes. Girl, I could not do dishes. I hadn't done dishes in over a year because I couldn't stand longer than 30 seconds to a minute at a time. I knew when I was washing those dishes that, okay, something was going on, something was working. Within 30 days, I knew I was going to be on Plexus for the rest of my life. And fast forward to now, I've lost over 70 pounds. I've come off 16 prescription medications, all over the counter medications. And it's absolutely mind boggling. Every time I go to my doctor's office, they just all have smiles on their face because they used to look at me and wonder when was the next time I was going to walk through that door because they were worried about me. Um, no, they call me now. I get phone calls from my doctor's office saying, "Hey, how are you doing? How much have you lost this week?" You know, like they genuinely care. And it's so nice to have that support system. You ask anybody who knows me knows me before Plexus, they will tell you she's a completely different person. Um, I feel like I'm able to be my true self. I love being able to inspire others while motivating myself. One of my goals when I was able to start being more active was to get in the gym. I could not even fit on the equipment. So it was my goal to lose enough weight so I could start working out. Well, this past, what was it, May, I started working out in the gym with my personal trainer, paid by my Plexus paychecks. And don't get me started on paychecks. Let me tell you, we won't go into amounts, but I am able to say that I have a job. I have never been able to hold down a job in my life because of Plexus. I would do babysitting job. I mean, because of my health issues. Sorry. I was never able to do anything other than babysit occasionally because as much as a hard worker as I was, I wasn't, didn't know when I was going to be sick from 1 minute to the next. I wasn't dependable. Now I get to better my life while helping others. And I know you would agree with me. It is the best feeling in the world to know that when you're making changes in your life, you're helping so many other people out there. And this is so me. I got my life back. I'm making money. I'm contributing to our finances, which I've never been able to do. I'm working out. I'm eating healthy. I crave water. I used to not drink water for days at a time because all I would drink was soda or juice or milk. Now it's all water. I love it. So that's just a little tidbit of my story. Every time I tell my testimony, it's different because there's so much in my life that I've been through. But, down over 70 pounds and off 16 prescriptions, y'all, I would never look back. I will be taking Plexus the rest of my life. We're not a diet company, we're a health and wellness company. And I love that Plexus, it works with your body instead of making your body work. I cannot tell you how much of a difference it is when you take something that's good for you, it works for you. Pregnant women can take it, nursing mothers. I got the okay from my doctors. I was scheduled to have a hysterectomy this year. My OBGYN was able to cancel that surgery. I've had 9 normal back-to-back cycles. I've ovulated, 5 times now. And I've been given the permission to actually try and have a child with my husband while on Plexus during my pregnancy and while nursing, all with my doctor's approval. If a pregnant and nursing mother can take these products, they're the real deal. So that right there, you can't, there's nothing more you can say. I mean, it's changing lives. So I could talk till I'm blue in the face. Feel free if y'all want to follow me on my journey, absolutely go right ahead. I post all the time. I just love being able to inspire and motivate each other. Sorry, I got something in my eye here. um, but yeah, y'all, it's the real deal. We're real people with real results. So thank you so much, girl. I appreciate this so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. So I have a couple of questions for you. We were
Yeah.
talking the other day,
Hmm.
and you said that as your journey gets out there, you've gotten more and more people messaging you and stuff. And
Yes.
I know we talked about it, but just for like all the viewers and stuff, um, how are you handling, all the attention and stuff? I'll tell you how I do it. I kind of like shrug it off. I'm like, oh, they say stuff to me. I'm like, oh, I'm just a woman that, took some Plexus and it worked really well.
Hmm.
It's not that big of a deal. So I kind of like minimize what they say. So how do you kind of deal
Hmm.
with, I
You
guess, all
know,
the fame or whatever you want to call it?
I will be honest. When people say you're gonna be Plexus famous, you're a rock star, I look at it. I always take it as a compliment because I am so grateful to even be acknowledged in a category like that. However, I'm so humbled. I'm very humbled by all the attention that I've received. I was already receiving a lot of attention prior to the Plexus Opportunity Call, but once I did the Plexus Opportunity Call, which is through our corporate company, go check it out on their YouTube page. It's amazing. Um, my Facebook overnight literally blew up. I had hundreds of friend requests, over 500 private messages. I was in tears. I was just going through the messages and listening to these people's stories and telling them how I'm an inspiration to them. And I genuinely just got so emotional. I had to turn my phone off because it was just a realization that wow, like it's an amazing opportunity that I have here, and I don't want to take it for granted. I don't want to let it get it to my head. I love being able to inspire others. So, what I've decided to do, and I'm sure people, I don't know if anyone's watching this who is, talk to me personally on Facebook, but I always respond to every single private message or comment I receive on Facebook. It may not be right there and then, but I look at it like this: they're reaching out to me or you or anybody else watching. They're reaching out to that person because they're wanting something from me. And if I can give them that ounce of hope, if I can get them back on track and get them to, achieve their goals, then I've done my job. I say this all the time. I am not in Plexus for the money. The money is strictly a benefit to me, knowing that I am able to help just one person, which I've already done. So anything added to that is a bonus to me, being able to help other people. I try and just be very encouraging and take it day by day. If I look at it like all at once, it's very overwhelming. Um, I remember, and I'll share this little story with you. This is when I knew. This is when I knew my face was everywhere. I just happened to be on Pinterest. Pinterest of all places, okay? And I was scrolling, looking through looking for some DIY recipes and stuff. And for some reason, an ad came up on the side of the page because Pinterest is different on your phone versus on the computer. And I had
Okay.
this little thing come up on the side, and it said Plexus Opportunity DIY, like how to do your opportunity meetings. Girl, if I'm not kidding, my testimony was plastered on this lady's board at her meeting in another state. I want to say it was New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was New Jersey, and I was like, "What? I don't know this lady." I was just like, "Wow!" That was in that moment when I knew. I was like, "Okay, I need I need to make sure that, and when I'm in this type of position, to make sure I use it the right way." And so that's my goal. It's just to be understanding, answer everyone that I can possibly, get to, and help them any way I can. So yeah, I guess you could say I embrace it. I just embrace it.
Oh, thank you. I
Mm-hmm.
want to say my moment when I knew that my story had went nationwide or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I started receiving messages from everybody, but I got messages from like other countries. I'm talking about like Saudi Arabia, and
Yes.
I have no friends, no family, nobody over there that I know of. People
Yep.
from Canada, and I'm just like, wow. I'm like, how in the world have you guys heard my story? Because I know I haven't been there,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, somehow by the internet they've heard my story, and I was just like, wow, that's like so
Yeah.
mind blowing.
I had a
But
couple from
I'm like you, I try not.
Australia.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I try not to think about it. I try to just think, oh, I'm just helping people, and the more people I can help, then the better off, you know, I am. And
Right.
I'm like you, if I can just
Mm-hmm.
help, one person, which I have. Even I even get messages from ambassadors, like,
Girl,
hey,
oh, yes.
be like, I was
Yeah.
having a really hard time, and I listened to your video the other day, and it just helped me get through that, and it's so touching, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even when I make videos or whatever, I don't think about stuff like that. I just whatever is in on my heart to share, I just share it, and not even thinking, hey, this is gonna help somebody. I just share whatever I feel and go on about my day, and then like wait later on, I get messages from people and they're like, oh, that really helped me get through my hard time. And I'm just like, wow, I can't imagine that, I'm doing that. So,
Yes, girl, you are so inspiring. I remember watching your videos prior to even knowing you personally now. And then since we last talked, I've been online catching up, like rewatching your testimony and your story. It is very touching and truly inspiring. And yes, I'm glad you brought up the ambassadors because I have so many people, whether it's on my team or people who know me or people I don't know. A lot of the times it's people I don't know will reach out and just say, I want, like, what are you doing? I want to get back on track. And so I am a talker, as you can tell. I don't shut up. I tell everybody that, watch out, you ask me a question, I'm not going to stop talking. Um, I try and, be there for them on a personal level. So I find taking it a step away from Facebook and actually on the phone, talking on the phone with them, I've made so many friends through Plexus, and that is something I love. We are a Plexus family. We are one Plexus, and it's really that is so true.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have, I want to say probably a good 12 to 1500 friends on my Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and majority of all those are Plexus that I'm talking about, and
Yes.
majority of them have no connection to my team whatsoever, my upline,
Yes.
my downline, or whatever. And yeah, so it's amazing. We are definitely one Plexus, and we're one huge family. And oh, the friendships we get from Plexus are just out of the world. I love all our friends and our family. It's
Yes. And
amazing.
it's also allowed me to reconnect with family and friends. Me and Kathy, and it's Kathy Pagliaro, that lady, kudos to you if you're watching, because I told her about this. She changed my life that day when she reached out to me, and I call her my Plexus mama. She is forever my Plexus mama because she just took me under her wing and really got me to where I am today, and I am so grateful. It's people like Kathy and other people on my team, they're just so inspiring. But people outside of my team, you know, I have diamonds and emeralds on my page. And, even though that's just a rank, to me, it's a rank that they worked for. But them as people, Ellen Martin Ford, girl, she is amazing. Her heart is so huge. I look at her and I don't even see the diamond rank that she just earned. I just see her and her heart and her caring nature. She works so hard to help people like you and me, who are wanting to not only better the business, but grow as a person. It's not just about Plexus. Um, it's just amazing the friendships that I've gained through this.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of crazy. I actually know Celeste, and she's the one who.
Celeste. Oh, I said. Did I say Celeste? I thought I said
No,
Ellen
no,
Martin
no.
Ford.
Yeah, you did, but I'm just saying like
Oh,
Celeste.
okay.
Um, I w-
Yes.
I met her at a opportunity meeting last year, and I was one of the ones that lost the most weight at the thing. And so afterwards, I went up to get a picture with her. I'm like, oh, I need a picture with you. And she was like, oh, I need a picture with you. And ever since then, it was like our friendship started.
Oh.
And
Oh.
she's the one who helped me with the whole talking in public because I had the
Mhm.
biggest fear ever. Um, like people staring at me, like just made me
Yeah.
freeze. I couldn't do it. And between her and Heather Rice and Rainey Anderson, they all worked with me and helped me, to overcome the fear with along with
Oh.
God. And so now, I can speak in front of people, and I really don't even think about it.
That's awesome. I watch Celeste all the time. I follow her on Periscope. Girl, are you on Periscope? If not,
So I don't know how
you
it all
need
works out.
Yeah, no, you need to get on there. It is amazing because um she does such personal videos. She has a big heart. I can't wait to meet her. My goal is to go to convention next year. I will be there and I cannot wait. I'm going to be like crazy paparazzi with my camera. Be like, "Hello, hello." Watch me. I'm going to be sprinting. I'm going to be sprinting like, "Wait a minute, I'm coming." Yeah.
So, so besides, doing the dishes and stuff, was there other moments that you've had that kind of be like, yeah, this is a good progress, or
Oh, yeah, no. The first 30 days, I mean, my knees stopped hurting, my ankles stopped hurting. My pain level, and people always ask me, is this really true? And I tell them it was bad. My pain level on a daily basis, what is a 10 or higher? I was popping Vitakin and hydrocodone like candy, and they did not work for me at all. Of course, doctor prescribed. Nothing helped. One time I had to be admitted to the hospital just for physical pain, so they could actually basically mildly sedate me so I could just sleep. I was hurting so bad. Um, I found that the inflammation was the first thing to go, which is why my joints stopped hurting. Um, I cannot express to you. We live in a two-story apartment. Well, we live on the second floor in our apartment complex. Going up those stairs, I would dread. Going down took me 5 minutes. Going up took me 7. It was absolutely horrible. Now, I don't run, but I fly up and down those stairs in 20 seconds flat. I mean, I am literally completely more mobile. I have to say, obviously, losing weight is an amazing feeling, but I was getting those benefits before I even lost, what, 20 pounds. Um, I'm still significantly overweight. I have a long way to go. So being able to experience that relief, oh my gosh, it's amazing. My pain level, there are days where I go with no pain. I cannot remember the last time I did not, I was not in pain all the time. Before Plexus, I used to tell my husband, I can't remember the last time I wasn't in pain. So it's kind of completely changed. And I love that. I love that. I remember the first time I caught myself staring at myself in the mirror when I used to avoid them like the plague. I mean, girl, I have mirrors all over my house that I'm not a vain person, but as a girl, you want to feel good. And when I found myself looking in that mirror and seeing, "Oh my gosh, my chin's getting smaller. I can see my eyes." My eyes used to be really, really squinty. Not anymore. Um, it was just amazing feeling. I'm like, this stuff is working. And everyone will have a different opinion on this, but I believe Plexus was the easiest thing I have ever done to change my life and better my health and wellness. Obviously, and I tell people, Plexus is not a miracle pill. I say it's a tool. Put it in your tool belt. Use it towards doing other things in your daily life to help you achieve those goals quicker. But I mean, we live in an instant world where everything is we feel like needs to be instant. You know, you we didn't get where we are overnight, so we're not going to get there overnight either. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just I could go on and on. See, I'm rambling. I'm telling you, I could talk till I'm blue in the face. Next question.
Okay, so how has your diet changed since you started? And was it hard to change it, or was it like a
It
gradual
was
thing?
no, it was extremely hard when I first changed. Let me paint you a quick picture. When I first changed my diet on Plexus, it was I knew the first 30 days I was going to have to switch up my eating. When I first started Plexus, I didn't change my eating at all. But when you, and I'm sure a lot of people who take the Plexus Slim will agree to this, when you take Plexus Slim and you drink a soda or you eat a lot of sugar, it does not make you feel good. Girl, I was getting so sick. But that's because I was getting regulated blood sugar and then spiking with all that nasty stuff that I was putting in my body. To this day, and I'm still learning this, to this day, if I have a piece of cheesecake or I'm at a birthday party and I have a cupcake, I can't eat the whole thing because I know if I do, I'm going to get sick. Because it's telling me, you know what? You shouldn't be eating it anyways, you know? But what I did is I had to do what we call weekly meal prep, where I prepped mine and my husband's meals 3 to 4 days at a time, depending on what it was. Um, Sticking to grilled items, no butter, no added salt, very, very ultra healthy. You got your protein, your veggies, and some type of carb, which usually was brown rice or sweet potato. Um, we did that for what? Almost 3, 4 months straight. Because I had to relearn how to eat healthy, what portion size were appropriate. Before, I would eat because of my emotions, I would eat because of pain, I would eat because of depression, anxiety, which is an emotion as well. I would eat out of boredom. I did not know how to eat. And I know you can relate to this. A lot of people can. It's just we've catch ourselves feeling like we need to have something in our mouth. I used to chew gum and eat ice because I had to relearn. I had to relearn that wasn't, the appropriate for myself. And yeah, it's a big, big change that I had to make. Now, drinking wise, I drink tons of water. I try to get in a minimum of 1 gallon a day. I do no longer drink milk. I actually gave up drinking milk 2 years ago, but it was a struggle. Now it's so much easier. I like almond milk and coconut milk. And I love fresh squeezed orange juice. I don't know if you saw my post the other day, but we buy our orange juice fresh squeezed from the grocery store, and it's not pasteurized or anything. And I love it, love, love, love it. So you just have to find those changing the eating habits. And I always say, don't starve yourself. If you're hungry, eat protein, have an apple, have a banana. Fruit is the quickest fast food out there, and it's so good for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I never really did the whole diet thing like you said. I really just went with the whole healthy choice. And did it that way because I had been on diets for so long
Mm-hmm.
that I had such a negative connotation with it that I couldn't do it.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
but I just made a deal with myself and pretty much said, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're trying to make healthy choices. And if we mess up, it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like relieve the whole guilt and failure type stuff.
Yeah.
And
I don't deprive myself. Girl, I had a donut last night and I enjoyed every bite of it. It's like if you deprive yourself of something of it, you are going to binge eat on that even more. Yeah.
right, but I just try to make healthy choices, and with taking care of the kids right now, it's kind of hard, but I just, try to set stuff aside that, that I can eat, and, do the grilled stuff and lots of
Mhm.
salads because you can get salads, pretty much anywhere now.
Yeah. And you have to, one thing I found is you have to be careful about already prepared food in the grocery stores. Today, this morning we were at the grocery store, and I was looking at their prepared salads, and girl, I couldn't even read half the ingredients on the package. And it was like a pretty looking salad with the cut meat and the cheese and the dressing. And so that's one thing I've learned is read the nutritional facts. If you cannot read, like pronounce them, you don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I can't think of any other questions. Any other bit of information that you would like to leave to the listeners?
Yeah, don't get discouraged. Don't give up. I know there's so many things out there right now that are people saying, try this, it's going to change your life. I can honestly say with no doubt, Plexus is the thing for you. We are real people with real results. And like I said earlier, it works with your body, it doesn't make your body work. That is something that I think everyone needs in their life. Um, If you find yourself in a rut, if you find yourself feeling like you needed that change, invest in yourself. People are always saying, why are these things so expensive? Why is healthy food always expensive? When we should be asking, why is the other food so cheap? Invest in yourself so you don't have to deal with the expense that it comes with doctors and hospitals and medication and being morbidly obese, like myself. I'm still got a long way to go, and being overweight is not fun. And take that chance, take that step. It is totally, totally worth it. It truly is.
Oh yes, definitely worth it, every bit of it.
Every bit.
And don't worry, I still have a long ways to go too, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about it. I know that we can do it.
Yeah, well, see, that's another thing. And I don't know if I told you this the other night, but I was the person that would always see the before and after, and always want that after right away. I love being a before and during. I love being able to share my journey with people during it, so they see the hard work that it goes into it. They see the ups and downs. That's why I strive on my Facebook page to keep it positive and uplifting, and I share everything. If you follow me, then I share everything. Um, yeah, it's important.
Yes, definitely important. And I'd like to thank all of our listeners and Catherine again for spending their Saturday afternoon with us. And
Anytime.
I can't wait for next week. It's going to be awesome. So tune in
Yes.
and hang out with us. Thank you
Awesome.
again.
Thank thank you. Thank you guys for watching.